Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Eddington. Let's get to the review now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, wow. Eddington is a lot to take in. I just got done watching Eddington, and it's pretty good. I didn't know what to expect from this film going into it. But I enjoyed the film, even though there is minor flaws. I had a good time watching it, and it's very weird, very thought-provoking. Your typical Ari Aster film, even though it's a little more tamer than his usual films, but he still does a phenomenal job directing this movie, as I am a fan of all his films. And this one isn't his best, I think Hereditary and Beau is Afraid are still way better, but it's still a great time. With this film, Ari Aster shows that he's got range and courage as a director to tell any kind of story he wants, and I love that admiration and creativity from a director. You just gotta love it. That's why he's one of the best in the game right now. Him, Yorgos, Christopher Nolan, like three of the best directors in the game right now. The writing is pretty good in this film, as while I was confused at times, on where the story was going, what the film was trying to say, but I enjoyed what I saw, and even though I have so many questions, I definitely think this is a film I need to rewatch to fully understand, because it is a lot to digest at times, but man, Ari Aster, he got some balls for making a movie about one of the worst years ever in 2020, and he's showing that he's not afraid to tackle in politics or COVID. And I think this movie is a great satire of the year 2020, and did a great job in showing how ridiculous everyone was in 2020, and how the world was it was a fucking disaster that year. The themes are pretty clear in this film, but I think this film could have gone even deeper with its themes and have a little more substance, I think, with its themes in the story. But because certain storylines, they don't fully pay off by the end. I'll be honest. This movie does though have a great balance of both comedy and drama, and I loved how it showed how both sides of the political spectrum were just fucking ridiculous in 2020, and how the events that happened in 2020 deeply affected everyone, from the mask mandates, George Floyd riots, the COVID social distancing protocols. They all had an effect on the whole world, and this movie showcased that, I think, really well. The acting is my favorite aspect of this film, as Joaquin Phoenix, he gives a terrific performance in this film, as his character's great, and his character development throughout the film, I think, is really good as well. Like, where he starts off, definitely, I didn't expect how he ended up. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's nuts. Pedro Pascal and Emma Stone also give great performances as well, even though I think Austin Butler's character isn't given much to do. I think he's kind of wasted in this film, if I'm being honest. The cinematography is fantastic in this film, as it's beautifully shot. There's great use of lighting and different colors. The production design is accurate to the time period, as it's on point with the details of an empty town during COVID, and shows off great set pieces. Like, if you were to step outside, it was like a ghost town, basically, no matter where you were for the most part, during the early days of COVID. The score is very good and adds intensity and suspense to the film, along with the sound design. The visual effects are good, and the editing offers a slow burn. It is a slow burn, but this film covers a lot in its 2.5 hour runtime, so I think it's justified. It takes its time with the story and everything. Overall, it was nice and horrifying at the same time to revisit 2020 for a couple hours again. And with Eddington, I think this film was pretty good, and I can always appreciate a film that requires me to think and analyze it for hours. Like, this is a film, like, I felt like I needed to sit on it for like a day before I started writing my review, because man, this movie is a lot to think, and I love movies that just get me thinking, man. Whether I'm confused or I fully understand, I think definitely when this movie does come out on streaming service or DVD, Blu-ray, I definitely need to rewatch this one. But I do recommend giving this film a watch, because I think it is important to support original films like this, even though it's going to be one of the most divisive films of the year. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's going to be some of you who love this movie. There's going to be some of you who hate this movie, and some of you who are just in the middle. So, I don't know. Check it out for yourself. If this is your kind of thing, if you like Ari Aster, if you like weird kind of movies, if you like, movies that, talk about important stuff going on in the world, then this definitely will be for you. If you don't like those things, it may not be for you. So, but check it out, Check it out for yourself. I'm giving this movie a flat out B. We're eating good watching this movie. McDonald's, Taco Bell type shit. Alright, y'all, so that is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment on whether you have seen Eddington or excited to see it. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button alert to know when I drop a new review. What is your favorite Ari Aster movie? Mine is Beau is Afraid. And appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Bye-bye.